Mike Tindall, who is married to Princess Anne's daughter Zara Tindall, joined forces with fellow sports star James Haskell for two advertising campaigns which have delighted fans across the country. First, the rugby players appeared in an advert for Domino's Pizza, and just a few days later they starred in a clip for Amazon Prime. In the 4-minute Domino's advert, Mike uses his "friends in high places," understood to be in reference to the royal family, to deliver stacks of pizza boxes to James. However, the rugby player has been criticized for his role in the advert, with one commentator claiming it is a cheapening of the royal brand. Roberta Fiorito, host of the Royally Obsessed podcast, talked about the clip in this week's episode. She said, "It was just a head-scratcher. I feel like this is kind of a cheapening of the royal brand." She continued, "But the weird part is that they edited out the part when Mike Tindall jokes, 'You know me, I've got friends in high places.' He says that and they took it out of the ad. Isn't that weird?" Her co-host Rachel Bowie agreed, saying, "Super weird. Royal poll: should the king remove non-working royals as councillors of state? Prince Harry, Prince Andrew and Princess Beatrice are all councillors of state despite no longer being working members of the royal family. King Charles III is facing increasing calls to modify the law regarding who can stand in for him as the sovereign due to illness or absence abroad." Ms. Fiorito added, "I just can't help but think that the Queen would never allow this." The advert sees Mike picking up James' order before boarding a helicopter and jetting over to his friend's house. His friend greets him, saying, "Times. What a boy. And in a heli too. Someone must have owed you a really big favor." Mike replies, "Standard. You know me, mate. Friends in high places. I always deliver for you." Turning to the camera, James says, "Calm down. What do you need, a medal?" It is a gentle dig at the royal who attracted attention during the state funeral of Queen Elizabeth II last month for donning 3 medals. Some viewers were perplexed as many believed they implied Mike had served in the military. Ms. Fiorito explained, "So the knee-slapper moment is the 'what do you need, a medal?' because Mike Tindall wore these medals at the funeral and got flack for it." The sports star addressed the confusion regarding the medals during the latest episode of his podcast The Good, the Bad, and the Rugby, which he hosts with James and Alex Payne. James jokingly asked his fellow presenter, "How many years did you serve in Afghanistan?" Mike responded, "It has been an interesting one. We've had this discussion on the fact that I hate wearing them anyway. I think you would be the same because you class medals as a military honor. Any serviceman, I am deeply appreciative of your service and I have not served anywhere and actually haven't done anything to achieve those medals apart from being in the family." Explaining his medals, he continued, "So the Jubilee medals, obviously I got married in 2011, so 2012 was the Queen's Diamond Jubilee and you get a medal if you're part of the family. The people who work in her household get a medal, and if you've been serving in the armed forces for 5 years and you're actively in service, you get one too. So it's harder for people in the military to actually get a Jubilee medal unless they served for a long time. There's been a lot more as you get a lot more celebrations later in life, so 50, 60, 70, that's where I got one, and the other one was my MBE." Addressing the backlash, Tindall added, "I can't control it. You get a uniform list and it says the dress code is strict, you wear a morning suit unless you're military. and Mike is back in the headlines this week as it has been confirmed that he will be the first member of the royal family to take part in I'm a Celebrity. Get me out of here. The 43-year-old arrived at Brisbane Airport on Thursday and said he'd miss his family while in camp. Mike told reporters, "It's probably one of the longest times we've been away completely with no communication. When you go away you still have communication, so that's obviously going to be the hardest bit. You've just got to get your head around doing what you're doing and try and win some stars and stuff and see where you go from there. I want to win stars because I want to eat. The hangar is always going to be the biggest thing you have got to worry about, but I've also got 3 kids, so dealing with lack of sleep comes with the territory." He went on to share that Australia held a special place in his heart, saying, "Australia is a special place, yeah. I met Zara in Sydney. There is no holiday planned at the moment." Afterwards, asked how his royal wife felt about the show, Mike said, "She is fine, otherwise I wouldn't have done it, would I? I was always on the fence, but I do think it will be good fun at the end of the day. That is the other thing, I like groups of people and I like things that can be good fun, so let's see. I might regret it." The former England rugby union star was asked whether he got permission from King Charles III to do the show. Mike responded, "That's not something I need to tell you." The Times previously reported he did not seek permission from the King. "It's a massive coup," an inside source spilled, adding, "Mike has had a box seat for some of the most important moments in royal history for generations." They added, "He is sure to be discreet, but his sheer presence means this series will be an absolute must-watch." I'm a Celebrity. Get Me Out of Here is set to return to television screens on November 6.